Hi friends, I'm Prairie Vintage Jewelry. My name is Linda. I'm an energy intuitive reader here on YouTube. I use spirit, my intuition, and the tarot to communicate energies to you. Beautiful viewer, today's reading will be 4 options to choose from. We're taking a look at the person on your mind or the person you came here about and what they have realized about you and this connection specifically. We'll do a quick energy check, and today's reading will be fairly short because there are 4 options here to choose from. And your options can be selected in the description box. You'll see the timestamp, and in the pinned comment you have 4 keys to choose from: option 1, 2, 3, and 4. Feel free to pause the video. You could flip energies if it sounds more like you or your person. Flip the energies, and it could be that energetically in the same connection you might have various timelines in that connection in multiple keys. So keep that in mind, and I will see you at your pick. Hello, my gorgeous pile number 1. If you pick this key right here for pile number 1, then we will get into your reading, taking a look at what they have realized about you. We'll do a quick energy check so that you know that this is your pile. So I pre-shuffle the oracle cards, have not looked at them. Keep in mind, you could crisscross energies if it sounds more like you or your person. Then that could mean there's another pile flip the other way with you and your person. Could be mirroring going on. Also keep in mind that we could be tapping into different aspects of the same connection in different stages in the timeline. So if this sounds like passing energy, could be present or future energy sitting in another key somewhere. All right, so with that in mind, let's take a look at how pile number 1 will know that this is indeed the connection, the person that they came here about, before we look at how they or what they've realized about you and this connection. So we have the Venom. We have change your focus. We have the Dancer, self-expression and strength. We have miracle, and we have abundance. Okay. This connection, well, I feel like just with the venom alone and change your focus and self-expression, there could have been a lot of turmoil, specifically a lot of things maybe said, hurtful things said. So you guys could be in a period of separation right now due to an argument, due to maybe somebody lashing out, or maybe, yeah, not being really focused on what matters here in the connection. I'm feeling like one person is really argumentative, fighting the connection. I feel like one person is potentially wanting peace. And I feel like maybe at one point in time, I'll read this as your energy, one point in time you potentially wanted to make things work in this connection, but as a result of some conflict here, or your person showing their quote-unquote true colors, I feel like it's taken a lot of courage and a lot of strength to remove yourself from a situation that you might have found was not for your greatest good here, or someone who is not coming out in their full capacity to show love or to show appreciation to you. So I feel like you've been really searching for peace here. And I feel like it's taken some time to get out of whatever funk here, but I do feel like you have turned a new corner when it comes to your own personal self here, in releasing a huge part of this connection. And I do feel like for some of you guys, there could have been some toxic behaviors, or maybe your person liked to drink or party or do something here that was toxic to themselves. And I do feel like, yeah, you've turned a new corner here away from this connection, because I don't feel like it was bringing you peace, or and now you're in search, I feel, of something that will bring you peace and happiness here. So you're checking in to see what this person has realized, because I think the last time you guys might have parted ways, this person might have been quite vicious or quite selfish, quite focused on the wrong things here. And yeah, so let's take a look at what this person has realized. Interesting energy, pile number 1. If you're not resonating with this energy check-in, you might want to go check out another pile. Although, like I said, it could be crisscross. If you're resonating the other energy, then this could be, you know, what your person is realized about you and the connection the other way around. So keep that in mind. Let's take a look. What has pile number one's person realized about pile number one? What have they realized? Clear and concise message here for pile number one, please, Spirit. What has pile number one's person realized about pile number one and the connection? This way. Okay. So we have the Nine of Pentacles. We have the Three of Cups. We have the Ace of Cups. We have the Two of Cups. We have the High Priestess in reverse. We have the Seven of Wands. We have the Knight of Cups in reverse. We have the Seven, or the Chariot, which is the number 7 in the Major Arcana. We have the Star, and finally we have Judgment in reverse. Okay, bottom of the deck energy, we have the Nine of Cups. Okay, beautiful pile number one. What have they realized? Wow, this person realized is that they were quite defensive, they were quite selfish, they were quite fighting for their independent single self. I think they wanted to be single, they wanted to be independent, they wanted to bring themselves happiness at whatever expense. But I feel a lot of them, again, the drinking's coming up pretty heavy with the Seven of Cups, or sorry, the Nine of Cups, the Three of Cups, and even the Ace of Cups, the Two of Cups. Lots of cups here, okay? But I'm seeing like there was something here about, and if they weren't drinking, there was some sort of distraction here with this person that might have been, I don't see devil, but I'm just picking up that it was more important, or prioritizing them either going out, focusing on yeah, maybe network of friends or friend groups or something like this. Your person was definitely being in this kind of a selfish energy. I think they've realized that what they've realized here is that they were not more looking at what they could do for themselves or putting themselves first, but they were actually being quite selfish and defensive and argumentative here, and they weren't showing you love. I feel like this person is realized that there is one thing to show self-love and one thing to be able to be in that energy, but what it's resulted in was them being a little too focused on things that didn't really quite matter so much. And the fact that I don't feel like they've moved forward here and offering a cup of love because they were too busy defending or being defensive here about their position, that they're realizing what they really want here is a balanced give and take here with you in this connection. I feel like there's a desire and a hope, if you guys are separated, to get back with you or to come together here as an equal give and take and not so self-focused. And I feel like there's a lot here that this person was unable to show you, and they weren't really listening to their higher self here. They feel like they weren't acting in their highest judgment. And I feel like this person is, for the longest time, I feel like this person has been under the, when I see these two cards, I see it's almost like somebody in denial. So I feel like your person's been in denial about what their true wish here is, which is to have a balanced give and take in a union here. But this person's been very self-focused and moving, you know, in a direction here that they felt was in putting themselves first. But as a result of this, I feel has left them kind of feeling like they were fighting and defending something here that could have been quite selfish and left them out in the cold in some capacity. So yeah, this is all about, the Six of Pentacles, all about, you know, a give and take here, and potentially you've been contributing here to this person, and I feel like it's been more about what makes them happy, what makes them happy, what makes them feel, you know, happy here. But there's a realization here that, you know, you're kind of the North Star here in this. So I don't know if you guys have been in a separation, like I said, but I feel like whatever sort of argument here I'm seeing, or them being defensive here about being single or being in a party mode or something here, you know, maybe they chose their friend circle over you or something like this, rather than moving forward with an offering of love. But I feel like they're seeing this now. So we have not for you. Spirit, can we get some clarifiers here? What does pile number one's person realize about pile number one in this connection? No place like home. Yin. That's the feminine energy here. What does pile number one's person realize about pile number one? Orphaned. Pull some of these. Make it look like the Knights. Make believe. And broken and hatched. I do feel one more. We have what is hidden will be revealed. Interesting, because we have the High Priestess, which is all about secrets, hidden secrets, and also judgment in reverse is someone not wanting to see the truth of a matter here, or wake up to a reality, or, you know, take judgment kind of the reality of a situation here. So what I feel is what your person's realized is whatever state they were in here is definitely not what they had intended or wanted, or now that they've experienced kind of what they were selfishly wrapped up in here, they've recognized it's not really all it's cracked up to be. I feel like there's a recognition here that this connection was a very safe place for them, and they did feel very connected to it, but they chose to believe, you know, kind of like almost lying to themselves with this make-believe and this High Priestess here, that this connection, if they fought it or if they pushed it away in some way, that they would get what it is that they wanted, which I feel, I don't know, this person might have been really clinging to their independence, clinging to, again, something here with putting themselves first, although I do feel like there is putting yourself first in a healthy way, but I don't feel like this is what this person was doing. So make it look like the Knight. It was almost like pretending here one thing's happening, but in reality, deep down with the High Priestess, there is this true, authentic way that your person was not representing here in this connection. I do feel like your person feels a sense of home here, and I do feel like your person feels like, you know, this connection to them is a safe place for them. But I do feel like your person feels abandoned here by the fact that I feel you've moved on, is what I feel from that first energy check, you know. So this person is no longer able to undo some of the things that they've said to you, hurtful things. I do feel like this person sees you as this divine feminine energy, and what is hidden will be revealed. I was picking this up. I wasn't really, oh, and then keys, interesting. This looks like key number, sorry, this is giving me key number 3 energy. And I'm getting a strong messages, a whole bunch. Hold on, Spirit. Oh my goodness. Okay. Pile 3. Go check out pile 3. Only if you're intended or called to do so. If that was kind of pulling you in that direction. I feel like there might be more in pile 3. Also, I'm picking up, and I wasn't going to say, because it wasn't really that strong, or at least it didn't feel like something here. But I do feel like for some of you guys, what this person has realized is not quite this just yet, and what is hidden will be revealed. And I was feeling that because at the end here is where I'm seeing the High Priestess in reverse and the Judgment, which this is my future position. I feel like right now a lot of your people might be in the stage where they're recognizing that you are their North Star here, and that there is something about a balanced union here that is like home for them, but they're not quite putting the pieces together. So I feel like what is going to be here realized soon is that they have been in a state of lying to themselves, because I don't feel like your person has fully embraced this part just yet. But for some of you guys, depending on where you are energetically in this timeline, they could have embrace the fact here that they've been repressing or not acknowledging how much this connection really makes them feel, you know, like home here. But I feel like a lot of you guys have moved on, and I feel like this person does feel abandoned here, and there is something here about them coming into an awareness here. But there is a lot of heartache. There is a lot of, you know, looking back on a situation in which they feel they're the ones who kind of screwed up by pretending that, you know, they were in line with what their true calling was here, and make believing like, you know, choosing other options here that were more surface. I feel like there were more surface connections here, you know, or it was something here about immediate gratification, rather than looking at the big picture here and being completely able to progress in this connection in a way that was fair. They do feel like you gave them a true unconditional love here, but I don't feel like they ever felt like it was completely balanced from their own angle. Like they weren't providing to this connection in an energetic way the way you have been, or giving of themselves, their time and their energy and their effort. I feel like they were really self-focused here. Okay, and this is what they're recognizing here. I feel like a lot of them want to have a reconciliation strongly. Okay, I feel that strongly. I also feel like for some of you guys, this person could have been in a third party. That could have been the toxic thing. Okay, and they're recognizing that this other energy, whatever, whether it be a person, place, or thing, this other energy they were involved in is not for them. Okay, and they're feeling more aligned to this connection, being more in line with their destined calling here. And they could have been just pretending here that things were okay, and painting a picture, you know, for them to not have to choose a path here that might have been a little more difficult, maybe more scary, maybe more, you know, calling them out to, because this is really about calling, you know, spirit, the universe, calling someone out to move forward, push through adversities here and through challenges, and, you know, utilize their light and dark shadow attributes to balance things out, and acknowledge how they can balance themselves in a healthy way to make it through, rather than stay stale and stagnant. This is forward movement, right? And sometimes it's difficult to push through our shadows because of a lot of fear, or, you know, it feels safer to kind of stay in one place than it is to move forward. So this is what I see here for you guys. Beautiful pile number 1. If you were called to check out pile number 3, please do that, and I will see you soon. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous pile number 2. If you picked this brass key right here, pile number 2, this is your reading. Can't wait to get into it. We're looking at what your person, the person on your mind, has realized about you and this connection. Pre-shuffle the oracle cards. Before we get into your person, we're going to take a look at the connection so that you know this is indeed your pile. Energy check-in. If it doesn't sound like your connection, then it could be another pile for you, or maybe not at all. Keep in mind, you can crisscross energies, okay? If I say your person, could be you, or you guys could be in a different pile, reverse, lots of mirroring, okay, in connection. So it could be you and your person are mirroring. And also you could be tapping into past, present, or future in this connection. So use your own intuition. If it sounds like something that's resonating, then go with that. But if it sounds like stuff that's happened in the past, it could be that your present, future could be in another pile. All right, so let's take a look at how you'll know this is your connection here. So we have isolation, we have vanity, we have warrior, perfectionism, and burnout. We have third eye chakra, the number 6. And we have Althea. Sorry, I feel it like this. Okay, so what is this telling me? Well, I feel like there's a huge energy here of having to speak one's truth here. But I feel like there's a lot of cover up here with I feel there is a lot of surface stuff, or trying to, I don't know, like force an outcome of sorts that makes sense, or that there's like there's something here, and you could be relating with this energy. I'll read it as your energy. It's kind of like at all costs trying to massage this connection into something that you're expecting or was expecting kind of from a beginning state almost, okay? Like this perfect idealization of a connection here of what you kind of intended this to be in some way. But what I'm feeling is that maybe for some time you were kind of fighting for this to be what you had wanted, but I feel like there is this acceptance here of there's something more greater here than what idolization or what this connection first started off to mean to you. And I feel like there is an energy here of separation. Okay, so if you are separated with your person, I am feeling that, or at least you have been apart for quite some time here, in order for there to be a full recognition of what this connection could potentially mean, that is outside of what you had envisioned here, and it's not quite what you might have expected. And I feel it is quite painful and confusing or convoluted, or it's carrying a lot more things here that I don't think you were expecting to get involved with here. So I feel like for a lot of you guys, you might have just pulled out because you were just too tired, or it was very overwhelming. I'm feeling here also an energy of there's a lot of what are people going to think of this connection, or how is this going to be perceived? And there's something unconventional here that is either you're not wanting it to be exposed, or it's kind of like not being, the truth isn't being revealed completely about this connection, and maybe you haven't communicated your piece to your person. Again, you can crisscross energies of this, how your person's feeling. I feel like somebody here isn't being honest with themselves. There is some fear about perceptions and how this connection might not be your ideal connection here. I'm going to give examples here. It could be same-sex type connection here, so it's causing this like need to really see what matters here. Is it people's perception of this connection, or you know, the idolization of what you envisioned something to be perfect or to be more accepted? Somebody here hasn't spoke their full truth, or maybe recently they've been able to speak their full truth, which resulted in some sort of a separation, but I don't think so. I think somebody hasn't spoken their full truth about how they're feeling, about maybe there's some shame, or maybe shame might not be the full word, but there's a recognition here that somebody isn't ready yet to reveal this connection for what it is, or hasn't communicated this piece, but they're seeing. Okay, this is important. I feel like this person is seeing the truth and understands this truth, and maybe they've always kind of understood it there on a subconscious level, that there is this greatness, there is this special, special spiritual deep connection here for sure. There's an understanding of it, but when it comes to this 3D world, or how this person's acting, I guess, is kind of not in line with it, due to maybe being perceived in a certain way. So they're pulling back or holding back, or not allowing things to happen here. And I feel like there has been, you could say, an attempt here. I don't know. I feel like this person feels like there's an attempt. Again, I was reading it like your energy. It's kind of difficult because I don't feel like it's a lot of you guys. It could be your person, but there's something about somebody feeling like they were fighting or attempting to fight for this connection in some way, and then they kind of pulled away. So maybe this person went completely cold or ghost, or just didn't no longer, you know. And it could be, it doesn't have to be same sex. It could be that this person was in a marriage. Okay, I'm seeing a groom here. It could have a family, or could just be in another commitment of sorts, and this, you know, you're kind of the third party here. Flip the script if you have to, but there's this like, what's you know, and understanding that what's best for their own happiness is potentially this connection. But at the same time, it's like they, in the 3D world, they're not allowing themselves to accept this as something that is right. Okay, so could be tradition, could be value system, could be something like that. Yeah, I'm getting quite a bit here. So if this sounds like your connection, then let's take a look at what your person has realized here. I don't know which person I'm going to be tapping into, but we'll ask Spirit for a clear and concise message for pile number 2. What does this person realize about pile number 2? What does their person realize about pile number 2 in this connection? What have they realized? Yeah, I was getting quite mixed energy here. Like, I mean, mixed as in there were a lot coming through. Some of them same sex, some of them in a commitment, some of them just having an idea of a connection here in their mind that is perfect or ideal in some way. And there's something here that is not quite textbook for them, or allowing them to, and that could be you, like I said, you know, allowing them to fully embrace this connection for what it is. So it might have resulted in them pulling back, ghosting, there being a separation of sorts. Maybe you've pulled back because you sense this person pulling back. I don't know. Let's see. Spirit, clear and concise message. Thank you so, so much for pile number 2. What have they realized about pile number 2 in this connection? And thank you so much, pile number 2, for allowing me to tap into your beautiful energy and the energy around you at this time. All right, so we have 7 of Wands in reverse. We have the 4 of Cups in reverse. What have they realized? We have the 6 of Swords. We have the Hierophant. I knew I'd see the Hierophant there for sure. Traditions, values, higher level commitments. We see the 10 of Cups. Okay, why is this 7 of Wands in reverse here, Spirit? We have the 6 of Wands. Not surprised to see that also. Why is the 4 of Cups in reverse here? We have the 9 of Swords in reverse. All right, why is this 6 of Swords here? We have the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. All right. 6, 6, 6. We see 3 6s here. Okay, why is the Hierophant here? So pull the ones that reveal themselves in this order. We have the Star and we have the King of Wands. Star came out right here for pile number 2, or sorry, pile number 1 as well. Okay. What do we see here for you guys? Let me read the bottom of the deck here. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Interesting. Something definitely faded about this connection. And it could be that this connection is some sort of a karmic lesson here for this person in a way to stand up for what they want and what they value here for themselves rather than what other people think what's best for them. I feel with this Wheel of Fortune, I'm also feeling what this person is recognizing here is that by allowing themselves to go down the path that they think is more acceptable to other people here, they're putting themselves at a loss. And for them to surrender this connection and surrender what they want, they're not really winning. They're not really moving in the direction that they're supposed to be learning about contractually for themselves here. Because I feel there's a contract here of them wanting to experience this specific lesson, you know, I feel is a difficult one because there is a higher level commitment here to, you know, tradition, and it could be they're in a marriage. It could be that they, again, there's something maybe with religion, maybe with, you know, specifically this connection that goes against something here that they were fighting or not really allowing themselves to fully embrace and take this connection at its face value, and is causing them a lot of anxiety. There's a recognition here. What they realize is that in order for them to move out of the state of anxiety and come out of whatever mindset that they have here, they're going to have to chase up on their full true 10 of Cups here. And a 10 of Cups is not like a 9 of Cups, which is their own personal happiness. The 10 of Cups is where two people are fully happy coming together. So I think there's a recognition here. There's a couple things coming through. Your person's recognizing, if they haven't done so already, they're amidst moving away from, you know, not being authentic to themselves, not contributing to this connection energetically, you know, giving of themselves here, because they feel this has resulted in them losing out here on something that really means a whole lot to them. Okay, they've been really fixated on the higher level commitment to whatever other structure here was going on. And I feel like this person understands that they could still have a desire here to be in line with something that is a greater level commitment to them, but at the same time go after their own true emotional fulfillment with somebody who is also going to emotionally fulfill them. And I feel like they believe this is this connection here. These two are giving me, you know, family vibes here, the Hierophant and the 10 of Cups. So some of you guys could have at some point maybe talked about marriage or some level of commitment here. And I do feel like your person is seeing this as, you know, their North Star, their desire, their wish. The King of Wands is somebody who is very confident in moving towards what they want here. Okay, so I feel like there's a strong realization here that they're needing to really pull away from an energy of loss, an energy of not, you know, wanting to extend a cup or receive a cup of love in from you in this connection, specifically because they were really fixated and focused on something here that was more of a perception. Aquarius energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and Taurus energy. I don't think I read the zodiacs for the first pile there. We have the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, this is like holding back, you know, somebody who is maybe in their comfort zone or not wanting to be exposed here, stay under the radar here, because maybe this is a connection that there's a lot of eyes on this connection, and your person has, you know, a presence here where people are maybe in a position to pass judgment of some way, or this is how they feel. So they've almost like surrendered their own contentment. They surrendered this connection in a way by not moving forward with this cup of love, by not enacting in their highest and greatest good here. But there's a recognition that in order for things to get better here, in order for them to move towards what they're supposed to be doing, they're going to have to acknowledge the 10 of Cups, which is, you know, them coming together with you, and how they can still somehow support their beliefs here, because I feel like there's something really important here about, you know, and if it is a family, like there's a family structure situation here that can't just go away. That means a lot to your person, you know, but also I feel like there's this duality because your person feels like they're wanting to have a higher level commitment family here in the situation. So there's like this dual thing kind of going on in their mind. It's like, you know, without abandoning one sort of aspect of themselves, how do they move forward with this connection in a way that's still respecting their beliefs, still in line with their values, still allowing themselves to move forward? I think it's no longer so focused on what will others perceive me to be, or about, you know, the others kind of involved. It's more about how do they stay honest and true to their own values, their own levels of commitment here, which I think is a lot different, because it's navigating them differently here in this connection. So I don't feel like this person wants to abandon all this to just move forward in this connection. I feel like your person is still wanting to understand how they can move in line truer to their values without abandoning it. But there is a strong desire here, and I feel like your person is confident that they're able to come together with you at some point in the future here together to make something here, like a marriage, like a commitment for life, I feel here with the Star and the Hierophant. So let's confirm here what they realize. We see breathe with the number 29. I feel like there is a period of pause here with you guys. So number 23 with peace. I'll drop the card here. Have a higher power. That's that Hierophant card here, for sure. Number 4, we were seeing the 4 of Pentacles here. Yeah, so lots coming through, exchanging gifts. Okay, so lots of messages coming through for you guys. Pile number 2, I feel like your person is of the energy now that there has been a little break, or at least there's been some reflection that they do want peace in a situation where they were feeling really like people might have been judging, looking. You know, there was an uncomfortableness about what they would be perceived like, or the expectation they had of what was supposed to be happening here. This person wants peace, okay? And I feel like this person has been, and they could be quite spiritual, but I feel like they have been, you know, really leaning in on a higher power here, prayer, an understanding that there's something about this connection, like I said, that they're having to experience, that is fated, that is calling them towards resolving something here. And I feel like the biggest thing that they had to overcome was this, you know, release of allowing themselves to not hold back and to let go of a situation that they weren't feeling was for them, you know, to gain this sense of peace. And I feel like your person is has been working and focused on this. How do they release this part in order for them to move forward and allow themselves to accept the beautiful gift here that is this connection, and allow themselves to also give to this situation? Because I don't feel like this person has been in a position to give, because they've been very held back. And I think in a way, you know, they felt like they had to commit to something here that needed their full attention, or at least it was this feeling of, I can't move forward, I can't accept this cup of love because of how that might be perceived, or, you know, what's going to happen here. We have the 3 of Pentacles. Yeah, not able to provide here, show up. Okay, this is someone not collaborating, cooperating, not showing up, not energetically giving to a situation here, holding back, staying in their comfort zone. There's a change here, okay? There's a change. The Wheel of Fortune's turning for the better, and I feel like they've really leaned in on, you know, what is the best thing here for them? What is the best thing? I feel like, again, this North Star, like where they're intuitively being called upon and guided towards is, you know, allowing themselves to still be true to their own values. But the fact that this Hierophant is upright and not in reverse, it's not to the detriment of their own happiness. Because sometimes people can be really committed to, you know, a religion or a situation, a tradition, an ideology at their expense of their own happiness here. And this would have been in reverse. The fact that it's upright, I feel like your person wants to maintain a truth that's important to them, okay, but also to walk in their own truth of a higher commitment, which I feel is this connection here, because this is specifically what they realize about this connection. And this is somebody who is confident and knows the right timing to act and to bring forward this, you know, the emotional fulfillment here for 2 people in a balanced way. So I do feel like there's something here about timing as well, okay? King of Wands with this Wheel of Fortune. You know, and maybe your person feels like in the near future, there's this, there's an exchange here. Your person wants to be able to give with you, but first they're having to really move away from a mindset here. And I feel like this is what they're realizing, or at least I really feel like this is what they're amidst doing right now. Let's pull 4 of these before we wrap up. Spirit, what has pile number 2's person realized about this connection? And pile number 2 specifically, what have they realized? So we have ungrateful daughter and earthly mother. We have something that is never truly yours. We have ripe fruits, we have volcano, and we have justice. So some of you guys definitely, like I said, your person could have been in a marriage. Maybe they're waiting for some divorce. Maybe it's a challenge for them to break away from something here. And I feel like there has been a real recognition here, okay? And it could have been through an outburst here, where they just couldn't no more continue down a path that, again, because of how others would perceive them. But I feel like they hit the point where they had to they had to act, okay? Even with ripe fruits, it's like if they don't act now, some of the fruits could go to waste, right? So it's like if they don't act now in this connection, it could be at a loss, you know, at their own loss here, and following their pursuit with this connection. So I feel like however they were engaging here with their reality, quote unquote, was something that they didn't feel was for them. They really felt like they were almost like acting in a charade here of sorts, or someone else's world here, where they're having to, I don't know, like what's coming to me is like play house or be in this energy of something that wasn't them. So I just feel like this person is recognizing that doesn't matter how much they try to make it work or force it, it's just not something that's for them. I feel like this is kind of an old energy. I feel like your person's been in this state for quite some time, and they're really now just really fully embracing. They have to physically, mentally detach themselves from physically being, because this is all about a practical way, physically maybe surrounding themselves with people, places, or things that are holding them back here, in order for them to, you know, go after what they emotionally feel is the right thing at this point in time for them to do. I feel like they've hit this kind of point of no return. I mean, you can't really put any of that back in the volcano. They're just knowing they're having to move forward here and deal with more of these sort of yeah, kind of like the consequences of their own action here before they can emotionally be fulfilled here in this connection. But I do feel like this is kind of a future state. I feel your person is using this connection as a guiding light for what they want for themselves here in the future. I don't know if you're kind of far removed here from this person now, but I do feel like your person, if that's the case, I don't feel like they feel like there isn't a chance here with you. I feel like your person is using this in order for them to break free out of something here that isn't making them happy. So yeah, this is what I see here for you guys, pile number 2. I hope this resonated. Leave a like, leave a comment. If you haven't subscribed, please do so, and I will see you soon. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous pile number 1. If you pick this key right here, pile number 1, pile number 3, you know what's interesting? In pile number 1, I directed them to come see pile number 3 only if they were guided to, because there's something there that triggered pile 3. So now that I say pile 1, it could very well be that you're supposed to go watch 1. I don't know. Only if you're intuitively called towards that, but I don't know. Maybe that was still in my head from that. I just came out of pile 2, but this is for pile 3, okay? So if you pick 3, you might want to go see 1, maybe first. I don't know, only if you were drawn to that. But let's take a look at an energy check here so that we can see indeed whether this is your connection that you came here about or not. So haven't looked at these, just shuffle them. We'll look at the tarot and take a look at what your person has realized about this connection, about you specifically. And you could crisscross energies. If I say it's you, it's your person, crisscross. This could be also at any point in the connection, past, present, future, because energy in the timeline, I don't know where I'm tapping into. So if it sounds like passing energy, then you could look at your present, future energies with your person in another pile potentially. Okay, so with that in mind, let's take a look at how you'll know this is your pile. We have destiny and we have impasse. All right. We have the twins, self-protection and dual natures. We have darkest fears, and we have the judge. Interesting. Okay, so some of you guys might be resonating with the twin flame label here. I do see that very strongly, obviously, with the twins here, but because I'm seeing dual natures, I'm seeing the black and white, I'm seeing darkest fears, I'm seeing, you know, destiny and impasse. There's something really difficult about this connection right now where I think both of you guys are focused on self and getting through something, some dark shadow attribute, which I don't think is because of this person, although this connection I feel is bringing out something here that both of you guys are trying to overcome for one another. You're definitely mirroring each other here, okay? But I feel it's more self-focused. I feel like there's something definitely destined about this connection coming together, okay? The black and white here too. So I feel the black and white could be the divine masculine and the divine feminine here, really having to do their shadow work. And you know, with the twin flames, I mean, there's lots of things online here. You don't necessarily need to believe in that whole label, like I said, but in any connection where we're coming together with somebody who is pushing us to be the greatest version of ourselves, we can reveal parts of our shadow attributes, you know, and it doesn't need to be a twin. It could just be anybody really who is highlighting or bringing a light towards something, some aspect of ourselves that we might not be proud of, or maybe we've never really recognized deep in our subconscious here. And I feel it's coming out, and it's coming out specifically triggered by this connection, you know. So either we're recognizing it as something that's limiting us or holding us back from moving forward in this connection, or just something that's holding us back, period, in this lifetime, that we're wanting or needing to address. Now, it is painful, I feel here, but I feel like this is why this connection is potentially not progressing as it will and as it should, I feel here, okay? And I feel like there is something here that both of you guys are needing to overcome. Now, I feel like one of you guys might be a little bit more resolved here, if not one or both of you guys is still amidst resolving something here that's needing to get looked at and addressed in order for there to be progress here in this connection. I do feel like there is a deep, deep, deep spiritual connection here, and I feel like there is telepathy here going on in this connection energetically. I feel like you and your person are very connected. I feel like one, if not both of you guys, has a deep fear of this, of the depth of potentially where this connection could be going here. I feel like this looks like a star type, moon type energy. Moon here, you know, moon here. I see the moon here. I just feel like there is this need to look at emotions from a very deep, deep, deep perspective here, which comes with fear of uncovering what that looks like within self. I feel like you guys are energetically really connected, or always connected, or communicating in some way. But I do feel like you guys are kind of separate, doing your own thing right now, or at least having to really focus on self or some sort of aspect of yourself here in order to come back together. And it you could be on again, off again in some way, but I just feel like there's something about not fully being enmeshed here, due to one or both of you guys being focused on something right now that needs to be resolved here when it comes to self-reflection, self-healing. Yeah, so if this sounds like something that's going on right now in your connection, then let's take a look at pile number 3, and how does, or what has pile number 3 recognized or realized about pile number 3 in this connection. So let's see here, a few cards wanting to pop out. I do feel like I want to give it a really good shuffle before we pull these cards. So Spirit, clear and concise for pile number 3. Thank you so much. Can we get, what is pile number 3's person? What have they realized about pile number 3 in this connection? What have they realized? Clear and concise. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, pile number 3, for allowing me to tap into your beautiful energy and you and the energy around you. So what has pile number 3 realized here about the connection? And pile number 3 specifically. All right. So we have the wheel. There's that destined energy coming through again, the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Queen of Cups. Some of you guys might be resonating with Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. That's that deep intuition, that spiritual connection I'm feeling again. We have the Queen of Wands. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy coming through. We have the Two of Wands in reverse. And we have the Tower in reverse. All right, why is this wheel here? Why is the Wheel of Fortune here, Spirit? We have the Six of Pentacles. Why is the Queen of Cups here? We have the High Priestess. Wow, why is this Queen of Wands here? We have the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Why is the Two of Wands here, Spirit? We have the Three of Swords in reverse. And why is this Tower here in reverse? We have the Ace of Wands. All right, and we have the Seven of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Okay, interesting. What has this person realized? Again, if this is you, your person could be in another pile, but okay, so there's definitely a recognition here that there's something about this connection that is destined to happen here in a way of divine timing. Although I feel like there's a recognition here that someone was being quite defensive. So your person, I'm going to read it as your person here, could definitely be seeing where they were fighting. Three of Wands at the bottom of the deck, where they were fighting and defending something here. Give me a second. Okay, I have a feeling this could very well be your energy. So this person, what have they realized? They're looking at this connection as something that definitely is destined in some way, but it's not enough for this person to continue to allow themselves to be in a situation where they feel like they weren't getting a balance, give and take. I feel like this person potentially was contributing to this connection. I feel like your person here is very intuitive, okay, potentially psychic here with this Queen of Cups and this High Priestess. And I feel like this person here is really wanting to bring in for themselves an energy here who is willing to contribute in a practical way here. What they've realized is that, you know, in order for them to be happy and content, they have to get out of a state of hurt. And the only way for them to get out of a state of hurt is to remove themselves from a situation in which things might be unfair. So if they were feeling like energetically they weren't getting things in a practical way here, things weren't really moving forward for them, they're focused on no longer choosing that for themselves, or this connection specifically for themselves, if it's bringing heartache and heartbreak. And I feel like this person here recognizes that maybe full truths here in this connection haven't been completely revealed here, or at least discussed, or at least acted upon, because they're recognizing that it takes two people here in order to make something happen. So I do feel like your person's really focused on the future here. Yeah, there's that Ten of Swords. I feel like your person is really focused on the future here, and they might have not have cut things off with you completely yet, but I feel like this person is looking at intuitively what they want for themselves for the future. Okay, and they're saying, if this is some sort of karmic lesson here that I'm supposed to be going through, I still have my free will here in order to go towards what it is that's going to bring me happiness. And if I'm not getting, you know, this balance, give and take, or someone who is showing up, this is all about somebody who is, you know, acting on an opportunity here to plant something in a practical way. Your person is encompassing this Queen of Wands energy, which is someone using the law of attraction to bring towards them what they want. And I feel like what your person really wants is to be able to give love and be receptive to love and experience a spiritual type love here with the High Priestess, or at least this is what they're intuitively being called to do. Okay, I don't know if this is necessarily what they're wanting. I feel they're really being called to do this in order to move towards their future here. And I feel your person's ready to defend at all costs, including putting an end to this, which I think might be painful for you if you're not expecting your person to end things here. Tower, you know, is all about like shocks, shocking events that happen here, or the rug gets pulled from under us. With this in reverse, it's like either we're holding something together here, and I mean, the Tower could be inevitable if we're not allowing it to fall. And I feel like in this future position with this Ace of Wands, this is this person, you know, a desire here, because with the Queen of Wands and this Ace of Wands, this person is really fired up and desired to have a new beginning, to move towards what it is that they want. But I feel like your person is saying, like, you know, if we're unable to allow truths to come out, for things to fall where they're supposed to fall, and for shadows to fall away where shadows are supposed to fall away, in order for things to be built on truth, then how will we ever really fully heal and choose this connection here? So they're desiring moving forward with something that might be more in line with giving them, you know, what they need for themselves for the future here. So it's like chasing up on their own, what makes them happy, what they desire here. And I don't think what they desire is something that's not showing up in a practical way. So yeah, I think there's a recognition here that the realization is really that they're willing to walk away or end things here if they cannot get something in a practical way here. Although I do feel like this person is not really wanting to do this. I feel like this is kind of what they're realizing, is that they have the capability to not go down this path. Because I do feel like this person's experienced a lot of heartache and a lot of heartbreak. And I feel like this person is healing from that. I feel like your person is healing from that. And maybe what used to be shocking to them, or really like a shock, a blow to their, to them, I feel like they're no longer impacted in the same way they might have been in the past, and taking whatever fuel that this is giving to them in order to make decisions for the future and be inspired to move towards something here. I feel this person's really fired up to move forward to what they want in the future, really focused on that. Okay, so I don't know that this person's all that focused on this connection so much, because, and how you'll know it's resonating, if you haven't been showing up, if this connection's been pretty lopsided, if you've been fairly removed from engaging either time or effort here, or committing some way in a practical way to this connection, your person could be definitely pulling away and focused on self-healing and focused on moving towards what they feel is more in line with what's making them happy here. Okay, so I do feel a deep sense of love though in this connection for sure. Let's take a look at what we see here in regards to what have they realized. Spirit, can we confirm some of this? What does pile number 3's person realize about this connection, and pile number 3 specifically? To the sea, number 7, why, number 31, clean it up, number 21, and number 8, the tribe. And let's get some of these. We have left out with the wolves, the sword, the puppet. I want one more, and it's pretty much confirming a fearful world. Yes. So your person's ready to go after what they want here, okay? We were seeing that with the Ace of Wands, the Queen of Wands. You know, I am seeing 2 queens here, so it could be if you're involved in a third-party energy as well, that this person is no longer wanting to be competing for your affection here, okay? So that's for some of you guys. Not all of you guys are in a third party. It could just be 2 aspects of your person showing up as this beautiful, you know, creative, intuitive, loving, caring, giving, and also a side of her, and I say her because the Divine Feminine is coming up, that is determined and passionate, and also at looking out for number 1, okay? Because the Queen of Cups really is like very kind, compassionate, and very almost too giving, where she's neglecting herself. The Queen of Wands doesn't give a shit about anyone really at the end of the day if they're impeding on her own happiness here, okay? So I do feel like your person is coming out of a state where maybe they were contributing, giving of themselves, love, affection, gifts, and very caring and loving. And I feel like your person's still loving, although, you know, because the Queen of Wands isn't in reverse. So, I mean, this isn't the shadow side of the Queen of Wands, but the Queen of Wands doesn't put someone before her. She puts herself in a position where she gets what she wants, okay? So I feel like she's looking to go after what it is that she wants. I feel like this realization has taken a lot of diving in deep to her emotions of what she truly wants for herself here with To the Sea. And I feel like with the why here, I feel like there's still a lot of question here around why maybe things couldn't come to the surface here, or why there were things happening the way that they happened. And instead of getting stuck in this energy of asking why or figuring things out or sticking around, I feel here to understand why, I feel like your person is saying, you know what, if it's not working in my life, I gotta remove it or remove myself. So I feel like your person's amidst cleaning up energies, getting rid of what's not working, no longer stuck in maybe a mental headspace, and they're finding their tribe, their soul tribe, their people, okay? And for some of them, they are looking for, I guess this love this destined love, or this sort of a give and take that they're wanting for themselves with the tribe, their soul person, okay? Could be they're focused on a group of people that are bringing them this sort of an energy, or they're now in an energy of bringing in their soul person, okay? So I do feel like your person feels like maybe at some point they were unloved, or they got left out in the cold, especially if they were in this Queen of Cups energy and they didn't feel like they were getting anything really from the situation that was aligned with the truth. So I feel like it's brought them a lot of healing to see the truth, to walk the truth. And maybe at some point in time they felt very pulled in the direction of this connection at the expense of, living out some sort of a narrative, or feeling very controlled. I feel more controlled by their own thoughts here, and how emotionally connected they were to this situation. I feel like it really drove a lot of their actions here, but I also felt like it kept them stuck. And I think it caused a lot of heartache here. So I do feel like your person is now taking this this approach as to not sure where they're being kind of called to go towards, but knowing that releasing this connection might be a fearful thing to do. But if this is something that is going to lead them towards their true happiness, I feel like that's what your person is realizing, or recognizing, or focusing in on. Yeah, with the fearful world too, I feel like your person is no longer wanting to experience this again, left out in the wolves, because I feel like your person's felt left out. So it's like no longer interested in engaging in anywhere where they're going to be left out or experience the same pains I feel like this person's experienced in this connection here. Two of Cups under that in reverse. Yeah, if your person has to put an end here to the connection with the Two of Cups in reverse, I feel like your person is willing to do that, if that means the moving forward for their ships to come in, for that connection to come in, for their happiness to come in. So yeah, I don't know if you're resonating with this, but this is what I see here for you guys. Pile number 3. If you are drawn to 1, go check that out. I don't know how that fits, but that's what we got here from Spirit. If you're drawn to another pile, please go check that out. If this sounded more like your energy than your person, could be your person is in another pile. And I love you guys very, very much. I'll see you soon. Bye. Hello, my gorgeous pile number 4. If you pick this brass key right here, pile number 4, this is your reading. Very interesting, because I rarely ever do 4 piles. I felt the urge to do a 4th pile, and not only that, but when I was pulling the cards, just like shuffling the cards here, I was feeling a very difficult energy here coming from 4. I don't know, I haven't seen it, but I don't know. I feel like this connection's been really very, very heavy, or intense, or difficult, or challenging. So we'll see what we see here, but this is an energy check before we look at what your person has realized, the person on your mind about you specifically and this connection. If this sounds, like your energy and I see it's your person, just crisscross, vice versa, as you see fit, because I could be tapping into your energy. And again, because energy, is fluid, I could be tapping into past situation here in the connection, and you could very well see your present, future energies in this connection in another pile, okay? Only if you're called to do so. So keep that in mind. If this sounds like stale energy, then there could be another pile here for you, or none at all, depending where you fit. So let's take a look at what Spirit is wanting to communicate in regards to this connection, so that you know whether this is your pile or not. So we have self-worth and we have discovery. All right, so we have the Champion, achievement, and downfall. Looks like the Ace of Swords here. Champion, achievement, and downfall. We have nurture, number 3. This is divine feminine energy, the Empress. And we have the sustainer. Interesting. Okay. I'm feeling very heavy divine feminine. Doesn't have to be. We both carry divine masculine feminine energies, but this is what I'm feeling. So for you to understand whether this is your pile or not, I feel like there's a situation here in which you were giving and giving and giving and giving and giving of yourself, okay? Trying to make things work, putting yourself last, trying to have a happy ever after here, and you're being really resilient, being committed, being dedicated, you know, trying to be very honest here with trying to make things work, but putting yourself in a situation that compromised your own self-worth, your own truth. And I feel like this whole experience here has been a lesson of having to understand that no matter how much love you pour into a situation and give of yourself here, or your intentions being pure, you could still have a shattering of, I was going to say shattering of results here, almost like your expectations being completely shattered here. I feel like you've been really let down here in a situation at some point where it's shattered your understanding of what you thought was clear. I feel like you're getting really, you've had to shatter your expectations. You had to shatter an understanding of this connection specifically, and start over, I feel, and start over in an understanding now of what's best for me, what's going to allow myself to find my true happiness here. You've been really discovering yourself here. This does sound to me, again, like some sort of a twin flame type connection where we have, you know, someone else kind of be the catalyst here to us taking a look at how we show up in connections here, which could be really any connection that does this. But I feel like it was a deep lesson here in understanding self-worth and self-discovery, and seeing why is it that we put ourselves last, or why is it that we try to, you know, maintain something here at all costs, even our own happiness, with an understanding that there is something here that's going to be, you know, I don't know, like something we really want to hang on to. But I feel like there was an understanding here that it just, yeah, I feel like things shattered and you had to get very, very clear. And I feel like lean in onto your intuition and knowing that focusing on self and discovering your own truth here, and a respect of self, of laying boundaries. And I feel like there is an unconditional love here for sure. And I do feel like you're a beautiful divine feminine. So you've either recently put in boundaries, or you've recently discovered that your self-worth is kind of what is clear, what is the truth, what you want to act upon is what's true to you. You know, what is it that you can do for yourself here to bring your own happiness and walk in your truth. I feel a strong sense of resilience and strength here. And I do feel a strength in this connection also. And I feel like maybe you've been at it for quite some time here, or were at some point in trying to really make something of this, like give it your full effort. But I feel like it did not matter. It just felt like it kind of had to fall apart here. So either you're in a period of no contact, or things fell apart here not too long ago, or have been falling apart here in order for things to make sense. And I feel like there's a liberation here, and a full understanding, or an enlightenment in what you do and how you act in this situation is all coming from yourself. So you kind of are in control of your own happiness by ways in which you act, and by things in which you say to yourself, and by ways in which you're choosing to engage or invest your time, your energy. I feel you gave a lot of energy to this connection, you know, and put in a lot of your time and effort here and trying to make something happen here. All right, so if this sounds like you, your connection, maybe it's your person, but the connection as a whole, let's take a look at the tarot. All right, so the tarot is going to show us what has pile number 4's person realized about pile number 4 and the connection specifically. What have they realized? Thank you, Spirit. Clear and concise message for pile number 4. And pile number 4, thank you so much for allowing me to tap into your beautiful energy and the energy around you at this time. I'm not sure how I feel about this tarot. This tarot seems to be very, I don't know, let's see. So I was going to say very straightforward, and maybe we need this, but I don't feel a lot of emotions from this tarot pack. So maybe we're completely closed off from emotions, kind of what I'm feeling. We have the Two of Wands. We have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. I've never noticed this before. There's these weird words here. I don't even know what it says, but anyway, okay. It's hard to understand. see. How is pile number 4's person feeling? Or are they feeling? What have they realized? What does pile number 4's person realize about pile number 4 specifically and this connection? 7 of Pentacles. Still no cups here. Oh, there we go. 10 of Cups. Wow. All right. 2 of Cups in reverse. So why is this 2 of Wands here, Spirit? The World. Why is this Ace of Pentacles in reverse? We have the 4 of Pentacles. Why is this 7 of Pentacles here? 11 of, well, the 11 is the Page. So we got the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, why is this 10 of Cups here? The Page of Swords in reverse. 2 of Cups in reverse, clarified by 2 cards here. We have the King of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. That's interesting. And we have the 5 of Wands at the bottom. So I was feeling conflict here heavy when I was pulling these cards. So maybe you guys are in not a very good place right now so much, or coming out of a state of conflict, okay? Because this is all about, you know, and it could be competition here if there is, you know, someone feeling like they're competing with a third party type energy. It doesn't have to be a person. It could just be somebody's not prioritizing, or maybe hasn't prioritized this connection. So someone feels like they've had to fight or compete or be challenges causing conflict here. That's the Star in reverse, and Star in reverse is losing hope. So Aquarius energy and Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy coming through. So yeah, I feel like there's a loss of hope here. I feel like somebody was supposed to make a decision. Okay, I feel like somebody was supposed to make a decision here to choose potentially this connection, and they did not. So I feel like this resulted in an ending here of something that can't come back. Okay, and I think what this person has realized, okay, give me a second here. Yeah. What this person has realized here is because they did not decide to choose this connection, and they could have been acting a little bit selfish and guarded and protective, and they might have not have prioritized this connection, it has led to there being a loss of hope, potentially a loss of hope for you and a loss of hope for them to move forward in this connection because of where they stand now in this connection. They were unable to, you know, move forward with in a practical way in offering something that would ground this connection and, you know, either commit to this connection or, yeah, like start something here. I feel like nothing really started because I don't feel this person chose this connection. They were really held back. They were more focused on other things here, or their own stability, their own comfort zone, their own thing, or maybe they were just really, really guarded, playing their cards close to their chest around whatever it was that they were choosing here. And now this person is realizing that they have to put in energy, time, and effort here. But in order to do that, they still have to come forward. So I feel like when it comes to stepping forward, you know, and presenting or offering something here, that's where they get kind of stuck. And I feel like your person is wanting to put in some sort of dedication here when it comes to time and energy and effort, because I feel like your person has a full understanding here that there is a 10 of Cups that could be had, which is full emotional fulfillment, you know, for two people. But they've been fighting this, and they've been not really getting clear about what that looks like, or not really allowing themselves to explore this. So this person might have been saying things to push this connection away, or just there's something here about this person not being able to come out of themselves. Although I feel like your person's been fairly really dedicated here to this connection in one way or another, because I feel there is a level of commitment to this connection. But I feel like when it comes to stepping forward, this person is not step forward at all. So I feel like there's a deep love here and understanding of 10 of Cups, which is your full emotional fulfillment. But in order to do that, there has to be a coming together of two people. So it's like, I feel this person is realizing that, you know, I got to step forward here in order to have two people come together. And maybe you are in a period of separation. So it's like, first we got to even come together here. And I feel like one person, you know, the divine feminine, I feel here is potentially was, you know, a giver of love and is now focused on self. And I feel your person's recognize this. They realize you're really focused on self. So it's like they're fixated, focused on you. They could be, you know, snooping around your people, your social media, you're reviewing pictures and things of the past here. I feel they're really fixated or trying to get your attention here, but they're doing everything but stepping forward and offering something in a practical way, or having the right conversation here and asking the right questions and the right conversations. I feel your person is not doing that, you know, and I feel they're realizing and recognizing that that's part of this effort. That's part of where they have to step forward. So I feel like they're kind of understanding that that's something that needs to happen here. And I feel like your person's been quite logical, where you've been quite, you know, caring and giving. This is the mother energy, someone who is practical, caring, very down to earth and understanding and loving. And they've been quite cold and maybe not seeing the situation for what it is, or acting more out of logic. And I feel this person could have said some quite mean things to you potentially, but I feel like your person was not choosing to see this connection when it came to how they could emotionally show up here. They were more focused on, you know, logical things here. But I feel like you are now being seen by this person as someone who is focused on giving to yourself, loving to yourself, focused on how you can fill your own cup, how you can, you know, move on independently, kind of away from this connection due to their own inability to maybe express and come forward and offer something here. So they do feel like there's an end of a cycle here. And the end of a cycle here is they at one point might have had to choose this connection, or they were supposed to choose an option here, and they might have not have done anything, or they might have just stood there defensive or caused conflict, and you just pulled away. And you know, it's because they were held back, or they were not able to move and resisting. And there's the Ace of Wands. So I feel like there is a desire to start anew. There's still lots of passion here. There's a dedication for sure to this connection, and there's a recognition that there's a 10 of Cups here. But I feel like they know that you've lost hope here in them and this connection. And I feel like they're also feeling like they're in a state where whatever choice they had in the past, they can't make that choice anymore. So they're going to have to step forward and be kind of really creative here and think outside the box as to what it is they're supposed to be doing now, because whatever they were supposed to do, they kind of missed that boat. Yeah, so I feel like they've lost hope in that sort of thing. So let's take a look to see if we can confirm. How's pile number 4's person? What have they realized about this connection? Can we get confirmation, Spirit? So we have Yin. That's that divine feminine energy coming through again. Yin. Does pile number 4's person feel about pile number 4? We have Treasure Island number 9. We have To the Sea, and one more of these. Oh, a ton go flying. We have Come to the Edge. I'm just going to go pick those up. Way too many fell out, and none of them revealed themselves, so I won't read any of those. But let's pull 4 of these. Spirit, clear and concise, please, for pile number 4. What has pile number 4's person realized about the connection in pile number 4 specifically? What have they realized? We have Everything You Need Too Soon. have hiding. And we have smother. One more. We have mysterious mother. Smother, mysterious mother. Okay, so this person, what have they realized? Well, I feel like your person definitely sees you as this beautiful divine feminine, okay? They've always sensed this beautiful love. I feel it's a very strong, loving energy here coming from this yin card, because this is open to receiving and giving of love. I feel like you've put boundaries here in place, but they can see how you are dedicated to your own self-love, your own self-worth, and how much love of this connection you potentially held in regard at some point in time. I feel like your person feels like in order for them to get there, to be able to get there to you or to experience you, they're going to have to dive into their emotions, and this is going to push them to the edge, maybe of a very uncomfortable place, because your person has been very held back, okay, in a practical way here, and unable to really come outside of themselves here. So I feel like there's a sense of having to really plunge in deep in their emotions here in order to get to where it is that they feel they need to be. And they feel like you're a guiding light here, you know, and they feel like they want to follow where you're at and come towards you. And I feel like they're gearing up for this, although they feel like this will really stretch and pull them. And I feel like there's something here about you being kind of this idolized person here in this person's eyes. Everything you need to see. And it was almost like an overwhelming feeling of love that I think your person got overwhelmed, and so they chose to hide, or they chose to pull away, or they chose to freeze or not move here. You know, this love was overwhelming for sure. I just feel like your person feels this deep, deep sense. I mean, this is a mother card, okay? This is also the Divine Feminine's mother card. We have this mother and this mysterious mother. I feel like your person might have not have experienced this type of a love, unconditional love here. So it could have been very awkward for this person to, what do I do with this? You know, fearful of not really understanding what they're supposed to make of this. So I feel like there's been a lot of healing done by this person in recognizing, you know, that this was something internally that they've had to really reflect on and look at, and that, you know, them hiding wasn't allowing them to deal with the situation here in which you're having to face. And I feel like they really felt almost like this fight or flight type energy and having to deal with this situation. And I feel like they've had to build their trust here, because they weren't quite sure how you were showing up in such an energy here that kind of threw them for a loop. Like, okay, is, you know, are you wanting something, you know, I don't know, like there's a trust here, like they weren't sure if this was, not that it wasn't authentic, but it's like, where's this coming from? Like, why is this, why are you, you know, choosing me? Almost like this person felt like they were not sure of what it was that they were seeing here. It was just like an overwhelming feeling. So it was easier to hide and to see this for what it is, and allow themselves to embrace this. So they're quite guarded. And I feel like your person feels you're at a distance right now. Like they're going to have to traverse through a lot of emotions and uncover a lot of themselves, do a lot of heart reflection and healing here in order to get to you. But I feel like your person is reflecting on that and really recognizing that that's kind of where they're wanting to go, though there does feel like to be a distance here, and they're recognizing they're the ones who created this distance by hiding, not recognizing, being overwhelmed by the love that was being showered to them. I feel like it really was an overwhelming thing here. So this is what I see here for what your person has realized about you. If you haven't liked this video already, please do so. If you haven't subscribed, please do that. And I love you guys very much. I will see you soon. If you feel like this was more your energy and not your person's, you might want to go check out another pile. I'll see you soon. Bye.